What a start to the week. It's Monday morning, about 9 o'clock. We're sat in the tipper in a lay-by, broke down. Driver went out on it this morning, got his first load out of the quarry. Coming out of there, he got some emissions lights on the dash. Got going a bit further down the road, went into limp mode, so pulled into the next lay-by. Sent me the what's on the dash. I showed the mechanic at where we get the maintenance done, and he said that looks like it's trying to do a regen. So said to the driver, start it up, let it do its regen. And when he went to start it, come on the dash, engine oil level low. So I was like, don't start it then, I'm on my way. I was going out on the low loader, grabbed some engine oil, came straight over to him, had a look at it myself, at the oil that's on the floor, and I was like, right, we're not gonna try and run this back to the yard. So I had another look. It looks, I'm thinking it may be turbo with the symptoms. You've got grey smoke out the exhaust and a lot of oil around the turbo area. I can't pinpoint it exactly because I haven't got the cab up and I'm sat on the side of the road in the lay-by. So I'm just waiting to hear back from a company that does a maintenance. They're probably going to send someone out just to have a look at it, because I don't want to run it or risk running it back to the yard if it's turbo and do more damage to the engine. So yeah, that's where we're at. He's nipped off on the low loader, the lad that was on this, to get them jobs done this morning, and it's looking like I'm going to get him to pick me up on his way back, put this on the low loader and run it back to the yard. We're only about 5 miles away, so it's not a big one. It's just typical Mondays for you. Like I said in one of the previous videos, you try and prevent as much as you can, like the weekend, washing them, wheel nuts, checking tyres, lights, engine oil, coolant, making sure everything's right, and then you just get this. Not even done his foot, got loaded, leaving the quarry, and then got this issue. So I've let all the customers know what's going on, which is a shame. I hate letting people down, but as long as you talk to people, let people know what's happening, they're fine. So it messes a lot of people about, so waiting for materials, but I can't get there. So while we're stopped on a safe place at the minute and plenty of room to get the Arctic in here to get it loaded, we'll stay here. So customer was fine. I think they're going to reroute some of their lorries to get our jobs done for the day. Bloody cold, and I've still got a cold, so this hasn't got a night heater. I'll just jump out and show you the oil on the floor. Turbo's down there, you can't really see a lot. So yeah, that's Monday morning, and that's a good start to the week. So we'll get some more footage when the low loader gets here to pick me up, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we'll get this loaded on now. We'll try and get some footage of bits and pieces, and we'll go from there. That's us just pulling some of the machines out of that job we started last week in Brigstock. Just had to move some of them road signs so we could get round. So he's just heading back to the yard with them, drop them off. We'll get this transit van loaded then, ready for the morning. That'll go on the trailer because that'll go up there with him to pick the scraper up from Leeds, so it can escort him back down. And that's so far. News on the tipper is I was right, it's turbo, and it's done the turbo, done the shaft in the turbo, and it's let all the oil through into the exhaust and filled the exhaust and the DPF up with oil. So it's not just a case of new turbo, it's going to have to be, hopefully we can get the DPF out and the exhaust out and clean it out, send the DPF in for a good clean washing through the kiln, and then go from there. So I'm just waiting for prices now to come back on the turbo and a kit, all the gaskets and studs, so we'll go from there. But that's the update so far today. So we just got up to Richie Bros this morning, Tuesday morning. Got this, got our Challenger up here. Was up here to be sold, but got a job for it, so get it back, get it to work this week. So you'll see some footage of that. Getting it loaded this morning. We're going to get the box on this morning, and then Martin's coming to get the Challenger tomorrow. Big old lot. So yeah, we've got D6 and this Challenger going out on a job starting Thursday, so we'll head this box down to the yard today, leave it there overnight, then we'll catch up with the low loader tomorrow. It's bringing the Challenger down to, we'll turn up on site together and unload, and then we've got a D6 coming in as well to help push. So plenty of good footage and talk you through bits and pieces when we're there. Have you missed it? No?
Not really. It's really square to put it now.
It's your own fault for not keeping it shined up.
Lucky never made it.
So it's Saturday the 25th, we're on site, we've got the Challenger and scraper there, we've got this old D6H here on hire. We've hired this in just because all of ours are out, and we only need it really to be pushing the scraper to give him a hand, because we're on price on this job. So the quicker we get loaded and keep turning round, the better. So we get this old girl fired up. I love my old plant, proper old school. We'll get this old girl fired up and go from there. Bit of black smoke, you can't beat it. So that's us. the Challenger coming in now. We just having a quick run round, having a clean up. Had a bit of rain last night, so it's a little bit damp, so it's just carrying some little loads, having a scrape up. Good morning at it. So this week we've started a new project down in Suffolk on a new housing development site. We've got topsoil strip to do of about 10,000 cube. So basically we're in there with the Challenger and a D6 taking the top layer of soil off down to the orangey colour material you can see underneath, which is an average of, the soil was an average of 300 to 500 mil. Once we hit the orangey ground, we don't go no deeper, we move on to the next area. So that orangey ground is now ready for the ground workers to move on, so they can start putting their roads, their drainage, and start their footings, because the soil isn't any good for them to work on or put that in. So that's why we're doing that, and we're moving the soil down to the furthest point of site, so it's out of their way for a while. We've got the Challenger and D6 there. The Challenger will run on its own usually, but this time of year you can soon come unstuck, as you can see in one of the clips where he gets a little bit stuck on the tip. That's Dave, by the way. Got the dozer stuck in one of the previous videos. It's not his fault. It's just the ground conditions. We had a bad weather Thursday afternoon and Friday morning. It's just starting to recover and we're just starting to travel right, but you get these little spots and that's why we've got the dozer there, because if the dozer wasn't there, a whole different game. So the dozer's there to help him keep them areas tidy. If he gets in a bit of a pickle, give him a push. Then we've got the dozer push loading as well. So because we're on price per cube, the dozer pushing is a lot quicker than the Challenger loading itself. So keeping him pushing keeps it moving quick. That's why we've got the dozer there. So it works well. I would say it's a fair bit quicker and cheaper. Your generic setup of a 20-ton digger, two 30-ton dump trucks, and a dozer. So you've got 4 machines there then, where that Challenger will do the same as digger, 2 dump trucks, and a dozer. In the right conditions, you don't need a dozer with it because it will look after the tip where he's unloading itself. Because it's the time of year, that's why we put a dozer with it, where when you work it out, you're saving a lot of money, where you'd have 4 machines down to 2. We've halved it. We've got Challenger and a D6. So you've not got 4 wages, 4 machines, 4 lots of diesel, 4 lots of transport. This is how we work a lot of our sites. If we can run that Challenger, we'll run it because it's very efficient, it's very quick. I just wanted to go back over what I said in the previous clip about the diggers and dumpers. They all come into their own category. So like the Challenger is very quick, very efficient, but it's got to be the right ground. You get bad ground, the Challenger's no good. So where we are at Suffolk at the minute, nice topsoil, straight onto subsoil, which is gravelly, clayey material. So that's perfect conditions for that. And that is a very quick way of moving muck. If you had rocky ground, that's where your diggers and dumpers would come into play. For instance, not saying it has to be rocky ground to use diggers and dumpers. A lot of people prefer, that's what they know, that's what they'll use. Diggers and dumpers, because that's what they know. The more people that seem to see the Challenger, what it can do and how quick and efficient it is, are shocked. But it comes down to, again, how sites are set up, ground conditions. Might be perfect ground conditions, but the site might not be set up right to run the Challenger. So again, you'd use dump trucks. We'll use dump trucks. Like, I just wanted to run over this because if you see a future video and we've got diggers and dumpers, that's why. But it all comes down to ground conditions and customers. Customers sometimes prefer, that's what they know, that's what they'll use. If they look outside the box a bit and see what them Challengers can do, they'd be shocked, which a lot of people are. It's just getting people to come out of that comfort zone and see it. Yeah, I just wanted to go back over it so people understood it a bit more. I wasn't writing the dump trucks and diggers off. They all do the same job. Challengers have to have good ground conditions, but the diggers and dumpers are a lot more versatile. But on the right conditions, them challengers are very, very efficient. So yeah, that's what I just wanted to get that point across to you all. Saturday done. Shame we couldn't work all day. We can only work till 1 because big blue skies. It's dried up a treat. So we've got this area down here all finished, stripped. We just got this heat we stood on to move, and then a little bit just there. So that's all done. So Monday, I would have said by lunchtime we'll have all this stripped, and then we'll be working on that second half of the job, getting that done. So that's where we're at now. Not a bad start to the, should I say, not a bad end to the week after the weather we've had Friday. Challenger, Smiler in Hamlet got stuck again today. It's twice this year now he's been stuck. So there's the Challenger, there's the D6. So we'll get some more footage next week of the progress. And there's Mr. I like to get stuck all the while. So that's it for today. He's an old bus. That's another week pretty much done. It's Sunday afternoon. We're just in the office getting a few bits finished off, ready for next week. Not a very good start to the week with the tipper breaking down. That's gone in now. They took that yesterday, so hopefully they've either started it or they'll start it first thing Monday. The new turbo and bits and pieces are all here ready to go on, so they've got them. We got the Challenger down from Maltby down to Suffolk. That was a bit of a nightmare in itself. On our end, it was all fine. We were there waiting. We got loaded up, brought the scraper down. We were meant to meet on site about 1 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, and the other lorry bringing the Challenger down, we subbed that out. Just so it's a bit more smoother when we turn up on site, because it's easier to have the Challenger and scraper turn up together, so you can pull the scraper off with the Challenger. And they didn't turn up till 4:30 in the afternoon, bearing in mind the site shuts at 4:30, so we wasn't flavour of the day, put it that way. But they were fair and they let us get unloaded, where most sites would say, no, that's it, we're shutting at 4:30. But we got it off. We left there about 6 o'clock, the time the lorries got out and bits and pieces, so that was stressful enough. And because it was so rushed, I didn't get a chance to get any footage of that. We got started with that job when Thursday, Friday, bit of catchy weather, so steady going. Good day on Saturday, and that's it. We have hopefully got another job starting Wednesday for a local farmer, sorting out a bit of his yard on a straw stack site, so we'll have a look at that. That'll be this 13 tonner and a driver going up there. All in all, it's not turned out a bad week. We just hopefully have some updates next week on the tipper, and that'll be back on the road. But for now, that's where we're at in this video. We are looking to take on some more staff, so we're looking for dozer drivers, must be competent, must have experience, and Arctic class 1 and class 2 drivers, tipper and Arctic. So if anyone is interested, please get in touch. If you're enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe, and send us some comments on what you like and what you don't like, and we'll try and do the best we can to get more footage of bits and pieces. Hopefully we'll get some more footage next week down in Suffolk on that topsoil strip with a dozer and Challenger working. The low load has been pretty busy. I've been out on it this morning, just recovered a broken down lorry for a customer and got it back to their yard. So yeah, that's a wrap for this week, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.